What's good, fam? This is Dollar Will. I'm back with a deal about a prop firm evaluation. It's a good deal, but it's a prop firm. A prop firm stands for proprietary trading. Y'all see all these trading videos of people on YouTube talking about trading forex, and well, this one's trading futures. It's real, y'all. Of course, some of those folks are scamming and don't know what they're doing and not making any. And they just a whole lot of stuff going on. Some people are stealing ideas from other folks and not really making the profit they're saying that they are, and some really are. It's a mixed bag, okay, but it's real, and that's a part of the revolution that's going on right here on YouTube, okay, and mix it in, be a part of that, not just the other social things that's going on. There's an economic revolution going on too. Well, let's get back to this deal. This company is called Apex, and Apex is a prop firm. What is a prop trading firm? Prop stands for proprietary trading. Why prop trade? Prop trading addresses a major problem. Major problem is trading is risky. You will, not might, you will lose money, and a lot of it, before you learn to make money. If you trade with your own money, you will likely run out of money before you learn to trade effectively. Prop firms, I think they're a blessing if you do it right. It's a blessing if and only if you do it right. Uh, the right way is to buy it at a discount. What you're doing is you're buying. Let's go back to the problem again. Trading is risky. You lose a lot of money. The solution is to that is to trade in a simulated environment. I mean, you trade with fake money, but in a controlled environment with rules imposed on you by some other entity, because you're not going to be honest with yourself. You're gonna BS yourself. And so this is one area where prop firms can help, because they are imposing rules on you that are common to the prop trading world, and you don't control their software. Okay, they give you professional software, industry standard software, a license to use. NinjaTrader is one, and TraderVate is another. But NinjaTrader is like I guess you could say it's close to a standard as exists in the futures world. It's NinjaTrader. Um, and so they're going to give you that. They're going to give you data, so you don't have to pay for the data feed to get the live prices. So you get the real prices, and you're trading basically fake money. But there's a catch. Here's the catch: if you pass the rules, pass the evaluation, you will then move into what they call a pro account or a performance account. It has different names, but what the importance of the performance account is your trading results in that environment is converted to real dollars. So you get real money paid to you. And but first you have to go through this to the evaluation, and the sell is on the evaluations, and the uh, how long does it take to pass the evaluation? That depends on you. Fortunately, Apex does not have a deadline, and it's pretty common nowadays. Most of these companies do not have a deadline, so you can go as slow as you need to go to reach the profit target. But there are trading minimums. Some companies charge and require that you trade at least 5 days, some 2 days. Apex says that you have to trade at least 7 days. So if you're good enough to pass the evaluation in 7 days, fine. then you move forward to the next process, next point in the process, which is you get your quote unquote real performance account, where these results put money in your pocket. Okay, so let's say you're the trading badass and you pass the evaluation in 7 days. But again, you don't have to. You can take a month, 2 months, however long it takes. And I recommend not pressing to pass in 7 days. Take the smartest, safest trades you see, and you'll pass when you pass. That's the best way to go. But let's back to the scenario. If you pass the challenge, or sometimes they call it evaluations, some companies call them challenges. If you pass the challenge in 7 days and you get your quote real account, you have to trade, I think, 10 days in that environment. And if you hit the profit target there in that environment, you get a payout. And this company pays out twice a month. So, but I'm gonna be honest with you. In the beginning, passing the evaluation is gonna work you. It's gonna every bad habit you have, it's gonna stop you from passing that test. And this is where the saving money part comes in, because if you buy the prop firm at a deep discount, a prop challenge at a deep discount like they have right now, it's a good deal. Because these evaluations are expensive. I don't recommend anybody buy this stuff unless you're getting it at a deep discount. And this discount is pretty deep, and it's worth it. I think it's worth it. The second advantage of prop trading is you get to use, let's say you pass the evaluation, you get to use OPM, other people's money. Why do you want to trade other people's money? You want to trade other people's money because if you got the skill, the supply is endless. Okay, that's it. You never run out. You can it'll change your whole perspective of trading. Money will go into your bank and don't come out. You take money from the market, put it in your bank, and it stays there. You don't, if you get good at this prop thing, you don't have to take money out of your bank and go put it in another account to invest. Your money goes into your bank and it stays there. Okay. That's that's radical, you know. Why subject your money to risk again? Because you can make all the money you would ever need in this world, in this prop trading world. And all that happens is you get courted by, if you come in at this level, and let's say you get a quote real account and you're able to keep it for, let's say, at least 6 months, then bigger firms want to hear from you. Okay, bigger pools of money, bigger firms, more money, you get it. This is capitalism. So you will never find I think a better opportunity to protect your money than going the prop trading route. So you trade other people's money. If you blow it, they fire you. In the prop world, you get fired, quote unquote fired, but you can take the evaluation, pass the evaluation, and get. I shouldn't say the word hired because you're not an employee. You're an independent contractor, but they will work with you again. Let's say you break the contract by violating a rule, which loses too much money. You just have to go and re-qualify by taking the same evaluation that you'd be buying now. You take it again, but by that time, you would be such a good trader that it would be nothing for you to pass the evaluation again. You know. Um, let's see. Let's take a look at this ad they got. I got on the screen there. This is their webpage, Apex Trader Funding. And the reason they say they're doing the sale is because of this number right here. Almost 53 million in payouts since 2022. But look at this number, almost half of it in the last 90 days. So this prop trading thing is taking off. Social media has gotten a lot of people into it. And the beautiful thing about futures is that there's so many things you can trade. You can trade. I'm gonna get to that, but these are some of their rules. You can look around on their page. You got an FAQ above. You get, the first $25,000. This part here is assuming you pass the evaluation. Okay, so you're gonna struggle through the evaluation. You learn how to trade. You develop your trading system. You got your rules down. You know what setups you're looking for on the chart. You got your chart set up to send an alert to your phone, so you only trade at the highest, uh, at the high probability trades where you're likely to win 80 or 90% of the time. So in the evaluations, that's where you learn what those setups are for you. And once you pass the evaluation with this company, Apex, they have a split of 90-10. You keep 90% of the profit, Apex will take 10%, but they don't take any money for the first 25,000. Once you make more than 25,000, they begin to take their 10%. They get 2 payouts a month. This is the 7 days. I was saying that the qualifier they're talking about is the evaluation that they're selling it deeply discounted right now. And that discount is 90% off for the first month. And every month on the anniversary of the day you signed up, your monthly anniversary, you will be rebilled at 80% of the regular rate. Okay. No scale. Okay. Okay, so yeah, they have all this to say they got relaxed rules. Okay. Drawdown. The concept of drawdown is they have a concept called trailing drawdown. The trailing drawdown is basically there's a depending on your account size, there's a certain allotment that let's see, it's measured, it trails the highest balance, intraday balance of your account. So let's say you make $1,000. The drawdown is a certain distance from that $1,000 top peak that your account hit that day. And that certain amount again is dependent on the account size. We're going to get to that and it'll show what the drawdown is per account size. Okay. And holidays, trade your normal day, then straight up. So you can do it your way, trade your own strategy, trade during the news. Now you got some companies say that they don't want you trading during these news events, like non-farm payroll and these Federal Reserve meetings and things like that cause the market to go haywire. And some prop firms don't want you trading during that time. They don't care. Now, it may be wise not to trade during that time, but if you choose to, you can with Apex. Some companies, some prop firms will disqualify you just for trying to capitalize off those spikes that happen during those scheduled events. Okay, so some prop firms consider that game in the system. I don't, because it can work for you just as well as it can work against you. So the volatility is so great around those events, the price will whipsaw both directions. So you can violate that whipsaw action can cause you to break a rule and have your account terminated. So it can work for you or against you. And let me talk about that, the account termination. If you break a rule, they will reset you when you get rebilled. So your trading evaluation stops when you violate one of those rules. Now you can still trade on the software in sim mode, but that performance doesn't count towards the evaluation because you've already been disqualified for that month because you broke a rule. So, but you can continue to practice for the rest of that month because you paid your subscription. You're still getting the live data. You can still use NinjaTrader software. It's just that those results don't count towards your profit target of the evaluation because you've already disqualified yourself. So your option at that point is to the option I recommend that you exercise is to just wait until the new month comes, and on the anniversary of your sign up, when they rebill you again, they're going to automatically reset your account back to the starting point, so you get to start fresh. Now your other alternative is to, I say you really have two other alternatives. One, there's this thing called a reset. So you pay a reset fee, and it's something like $85. I think that's too high, and I don't recommend it. Anybody ever pay the reset fee? I think you should punish yourself and force yourself to sit it out until you are rebuild. Now, the other option to waiting is if there's a sale going on at the time you fail, you can just go buy another deeply discounted account and start back trading right there. And then you would have two accounts. Or if you don't want two accounts, you go on and buy the new one and start trading right there, and then go in and cancel the other account, the one that you just failed, that's going to rebuild. Or you could just keep the two accounts, like I said. And when you pass, you can trade them together. Okay. Nodal, let me see. Data strategy, one step evaluation, real time data, something. Trade with multiple accounts up to 20 max. Now, this is advanced. Now, what's a lot of people do is once they get their system down and they figure out what's the simplest, safest daily profit target to go for, because the more money you try to make, the more risk you expose yourself to. You increase the chance that you're going to violate a rule, or have too big of a drawdown. And drawdown, of course, is the price going the opposite direction, causing your balance to go down. Your balance can only go down a certain amount from the highest point it reached that day. That's called the trailing drawdown. So a lot of experienced folks with this, they realize, hey, let me take the $100 to $250 every day and let me just pass the evaluation, or whatever the amount. That figure I gave was for a 25K account. If you got a bigger account, it'd be a larger amount. But you'd have to figure out what that safe amount is for you, given your strategy. So once you start trading, you'll figure it out. You'll be like, okay, I'm easily making this much money, but once I reach or strive to make this greater amount, that's when I get stopped out of the trade, or uh, whack stuff starts happening. So you'll figure it out in your own practice. What's a safe amount for you? But what some folks do is they'll build up and get multiple accounts, and so they'll trade the minimum necessary to pass the evaluation, and then they get their quote real account. They still trade small like that, but they have, say, 10 or 20 accounts. So even if you're just making, say, $200 or $250 a day in one account, if you got 10 of them behind you, that's $2,500 a day. So that's how folks game it. They have this software. It's copy. It's called Copy Trade software. It'll mirror uh, your actions. You'll be trading one account, but that Copy Trade software will just duplicate whatever actions you do on screen to the other 19 or 10 or whatever number you have greater than one. All right, so that's that. Um, of course, these are the different account sizes. Okay, this is the trailing drawdown. They call it trailing threshold. Okay. So you'll see that as you go up to the larger money sizes, the like this account size might double, but the drawdown doesn't double. Okay, so that's the first tip right there. Most people ignore that. Most people are looking at this number. That's mistake number one. The most important number is this one, the trailing threshold. That's the one. So you got to figure that out. So once you pick an account size, I say stay with that because you're going to get used to the math of that account size. It's just a psychological thing. You're going to get used to seeing certain dollar amounts associated with your wins and losses. And your comfort with that will stop you from having an emotional or reduce your emotional response to that number. Okay, because you can anxiety and greed and fear and all those things can overcome you. So you need to get used to seeing the same number, the same value. You'll get used to real fast if you trade, certain account sizes, seeing, wow, I just made $500 or $1,000 or $2,000, and it only took 15 minutes. You'll get used to it, and you'll still be able to be level headed in managing that trade, and you need that. So don't jump around in different account sizes. Pick one and stay there, and let your mind adapt to the speed of that money coming and going, so you can chill your emotions out and still think clearly. So it's like the psychological part is extremely important. Okay, so yeah, so I'll let you read all that. So you got NinjaTrader software, then NinjaTrader company bought out a competitor called TraderVate. The primary difference is TraderVate works on Mac and PC. NinjaTrader works only on PC. That's that's the main difference. Okay. And so you pick the side, pick the and you got the you see like the real money, it's 250. Let's take that. A lot of people like that one. You see that what the normal price is $537 a month. So for 90% off, that's 53. Okay. So this is why I'm saying I do not recommend anybody pay these high rates. Only buy this stuff when it's deeply discounted. Because the whole point of doing prop trading is losing less while you learn. And you're likely gonna blow the prop account in the beginning. You're gonna blow it a couple of times. I'm just gonna tell you straight up. The first maybe 2 or 3 times, you're gonna blow it real fast because you're gonna do some dumb stuff. You're gonna get real greedy, and the numbers gonna start moving real fast, and you're gonna go back. Okay, you're gonna go back and say, okay, this is what I was told to do. I was told to wait for this setup. Okay, now let me try it. Then you're gonna start doing things the right way, and you'll be able to trade for. I'm sorry, I'm yawning. You're gonna be able to trade for a longer period of time before you blow it. In the beginning, you're gonna blow the dang account in 2 or 3 days, if not the first day. You just because you're gonna feel like you just have to be pressing that button as opposed to waiting for the setup. So you're going to do that for a couple of months, and then you're gonna calm down. And so the objective is to spend as little as possible in that period. So you can get one of these bigger accounts, big sizes, or you can go with the small size right here and pay $16. This is on the TraderVate side. I think it's $15 over here on the smaller size one and the NinjaTrader one. Yeah. By the time they add their whatever little tax, it's like $15 or something right there. Right. So but again, pick whatever whatever size you pick, you can make it work. You just have to figure out how many contracts to trade, that will not do too much damage to your trailing threshold cushion. Um, if when you have losses, because you're going to have losses, you have to learn to cut your losses early. Let your winners run and cut your losses early. It's going to take a while for you to get over the greed of that, and get out of succumbing to hopeism, sitting there hoping that it turn around. No, get out of it. Trade when it's going in the correct direction. Don't sit there hoping that it turns. Stop. It's going to take a while to make yourself cut that out. Okay. And so, you can pick whatever size you like, and there's a strategy that'll work for all of these. If you want the big money account, you can do that, but I recommend that you go slow. So if the end of the month comes and you have not reached the profit target, you will start the next month where you left off with the last month. Let's say I'm talking about if you have not blown the account. It's not going to start you all over at the beginning just because it rebuilds you. You'll be rebuilt your discounted rate. That's 90% off for the first month and 80% off of subsequent months. You'll be rebuilt, but they won't make any change to uh, your profit and loss balance will be what it was, and you'll just keep trading until you reach the goal. So I recommend, especially if you get one of these large accounts, find trade a small size, even if it takes you 2 months to pass, that's better than failing every month. Taking a long time to pass is a whole lot better, especially if you got one of these big accounts, because the money's going to be ridiculous once you get to the real money account. So it's an exercise in patience too. All right. And the next thing, the final thing, is these are the things you can trade. So you got the equity futures. So that would be, of course, like your S&P 500, your Nikkei, uh, your NASDAQ, the Dow, the mid cap stocks, the Russell. You got the interest rates you can trade, 10-year, 2-year, all that stuff. Then if you are a currency trader, currencies trade on the futures market as well. So you got the Aussie dollar, the pound, the Canadian dollar, the euro, the yen, Swiss franc. You got it all there. Then of course you got the traditional agricultural stuff, the hogs and cattle, and wheat, corn, soybean, all that stuff. And then you got the good stuff like the gold and the oil, of course, oil, big money stuff. All the metals, and then you also have Bitcoin and Ethereum. You can trade that too. So everything that you really want to trade is in the futures market. And the thing about learning futures is once people come to the futures market, very few people go back to trading other stuff. It's hard to go back to other things. Let me say it this way, from a day trading perspective. And you'll still probably be in the stock market for some longer range stuff that you're holding, but just for day trading, and day trading is for creating income. If you want to create something, a flow of money that approximates a job, or that could replace a job, potentially replace a job, that's what day trading is for. And futures, I think, is the best market for day trading. Okay, it has no pattern day trading rule. Futures gains are taxed more favorably than stock gains. It's just a beautiful thing. So once people get in here, and it trades for 23 hours a day. So the market closes 1 hour a day from 5 p.m. Eastern to 6 p.m. Eastern, and it's open all the rest of that time. Now, the volume is not the same for every instrument all day long, because some countries are asleep when we're awake, and when we're awake, they're asleep. So you'd have to find out based on when your hours are for your job, when you're off, there's somebody's wide awake in the world, and that futures market, there's a futures market for you, an instrument that you can trade in the futures market, no, for you, no matter what your hours are, because the futures market is global. Okay, so you got the London market, you got the New York session, you got the Australian session, the Asian session, and it just never ends. So think about it. Look on here. You got an FAQ. But if you click my affiliate link, you will get the discount applied automatically. Check to make sure before you exit that program that your discount was applied as I described. Because these companies, they don't want to hear about I made a mistake and I clicked the wrong button. So make sure you did it. That you're getting what you're expecting. And if you have any questions about this offer or prop trading in general, put your question down below. If you would like some guidance from me about trading in general, or basically if you'd like me to be your trading coach, join my Patreon. It's laughably cheap, okay? It's less than what y'all routinely give people in super chats, all right? Which is less than what y'all gives people in super chat for one day, for one show. And that's my fee for the whole month. Okay. And I have group training, and I also have individual sessions, which you have to request that. We have to schedule that. And there's only one tier. I don't have multiple tiers to my Patreon. Everybody pays the one couch money rate. And it's been that one couch money rate since 2017. Inflation has not affected me. It's not affected that. It should. Just on general principle, I should raise the rate. I think after 6 years, I think I could raise the rate. But I'm not going to tell you, hey, raise in there, boss. I'm gonna raise the rate next month. At some point I will, but I don't. It's not gonna happen like in days or weeks. But so yeah, there's that offer if you would like to have me as your teacher. If not, pick somebody else. But don't try this alone. You need a tribe. You need someone to save you from yourself. You need someone to bounce ideas off of. And like I said, if it's not me, pick someone else. But definitely do not do this alone. Get a tribe. So peace, fam. Love to hear from you within your questions, and good luck with trading. Welcome to real capitalism. Peace.